New this morning here on GMK, one of the suspects in the shooting during New Albany's Harvest Homecoming will be sentenced today. 20-year-old Joshua Smith pleaded guilty to charges of murder, attempted murder, and battery last month. Court documents say that Smith admitted to firing a gun at the festival before he ran away. 2 bystanders were hurt, and 18-year-old Bryce Gerlach was killed. Smith's sentencing is scheduled for 8:30 this morning. 4 others have also been charged in this case. And this morning, the suspected gunman who shot LMDC officer Michael Wetta is in custody. That coming from Metro Police. They say that 36-year-old Anthony Trabeau shot Wetta twice on February 16th, killing him. His arrest comes just days after 35-year-old Christy Brumley was charged with complicity to murder. Now, Brumley told investigators that she brought Wetta to the alley on Cedar Street, where he fought with Trabeau before he was shot. How the victim knew those suspects has not been released at this point. Trabeau is charged with murder. He's due in court coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. Metro Police also made an arrest in the killing of a 34-year-old Michael Orchard back in January of this year. Deshaun Neal is now charged with murder along with multiple counts of criminal mischief and wanton endangerment. Police say that Neal was driving a car at 4th and Winkler in South Louisville while Orchard was hanging onto the side of it from the outside. Police say that Neal swerved into oncoming traffic, forcing another car to hit Orchard. We're told that Neal did not stay at the scene. He's expected in court coming up on Monday. New court documents from the Crystal Rogers case in Bardstown reveal a hair found in the trunk of the car owned by the Houck family nearly a decade ago is similar to Rogers' hair. According to a 2016 report from the Kentucky State Police, the hair was found in the trunk of a white Buick owned by Anna Whitesides, who is Brooks Houck's grandmother. Soon after Rogers' disappearance, a witness reported seeing a white Buick in a peculiar location on the Houck family farm. Court documents say investigators believe the car was used to dispose of Rogers' body and had been cleaned and later sold in an attempt to prevent police from finding evidence. This comes after a judge ordered a new round of DNA testing on hairs found in Crystal Rogers' car. Special prosecutor Shane Young says attorneys for Brooks Houck, who was Rogers' former boyfriend, as well as Joseph Lawson, have agreed to this new DNA testing, but the attorneys for Steve Lawson have not. That'll all be discussed next week in court coming up on April 3rd. This morning, the Omni Hotel is being sued by a former spa employee. Celestina Francis was hired by the hotel last October and claims her manager made derogatory comments about her Caribbean heritage. Francis said they even admitted that it was inappropriate at work. After filing an HR complaint, Francis claims that her hours were cut without explanation. She says that led her to resign.
A company like this should know better, and they should have procedures in place, which we'll find out as part of the litigation. The procedures and the education and training to not let this happen. And this is not, we hear this buzzword DEI. It's not about DEI. It's not about that. It's about, again, treating people with basic human dignity.
In a statement, the hotel told us, quote, "The Omni is firmly committed to integrity, fairness, and respect. We will address this matter through the appropriate legal channels." Tonight, rivals are set to meet in the NCAA tournament as the 3-seed Kentucky Wildcats face off against the number 2-seed Tennessee Volunteers in the Sweet 16. WHAS11 sports reporter and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton, as well as Sarandon Raboyne, will be in Indianapolis, where they bring us this report.
No team knows each other better than Kentucky and Tennessee. And meeting up for the 3rd time this season, both of them know that defense is a #1 priority.
You can't really control if the ball goes in the basket or not, but you can control some things like our defense and our effort.
We're a top defensive team in this tournament. Through the middle of the season, we kind of started to slow down defensively as a team, but I think we really picked it up, and I think that's what's winning us most of these ball games.
We haven't played them in about 6 weeks, and they got great players, great shooters, so just knowing the personnel, knowing the scout, and knowing how we're going to manage those guys is going to help us get the W tomorrow.
We'll probably come with a lot of passion and on both sides. I mean, it's a rivalry game.
Since I got here, I feel like the 2 games people really cared about were the Louisville game and Tennessee. So it's always fun to play in a rivalry game, especially at this stage.
We lost to them twice this year, and we know that. And both times it hurt because one is a rivalry, and another one we lost at home. We really don't do that. Right now, stakes are high. Both teams really want to win, and it's 2 really good basketball teams going against each other.
The game tips off tonight at 7:30. Reporting from Lucas Oil Stadium, I'm Serena Raboyne, WHAS11 on your side.
And Kentucky-Tennessee is just one of a few big Sweet 16 matchups happening later on tonight. You see them on your screen right now. Ole Miss, Michigan State gets things started. Followed up by Kentucky-Tennessee. Michigan and Auburn will square off as well tonight before in front of a home crowd. The Purdue Boilermakers will take on the #1 seed Houston Cougars.